trying to tighten this. I'm sorry, I'm struggling.
It's like a 4 out of 10.
I think it's more of a 5 out of 10.
Nah, I've seen things that are average that are better than this.
It's like... It's better than Batman v Superman. I don't think it's as good as Suicide Squad. Maybe same level as Suicide Squad?
I think it might be a little better, maybe. I don't know.
But I like the characters more in Suicide Squad, you know.
Yeah.
That's just me personally, like, because I like Harley Quinn and all that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very unenthusiastic.
But my standards are low,
movies.
Ren. Like, they're, like, lower than low. They're, like, below the floor low.
But at the same time, when you see one that's good, now we're just like, yep, that's a movie.
That's true. So we got to talk about...
Thor Ragnarok's, like...
It's okay, yeah.
It doesn't do anything for me,
I already said,
even though
like,
it's
there's
good.
too many jokes, but, like, I enjoyed the overall, like, you know, it was okay.
It's fine.
It's like a 6 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Maybe...
And this is a 5, isn't it?
Actually, no, make
That's
it
the
6...
difference between Thor
Hey!
and
Hey!
Justice League.
My mum used to say this to me. The difference between life and death is one breath.
Okay.
This is not a... That's not a good example.
Okay.
I just nodded a lot. Edit that out, Ren.
No. So, yeah.
Okay, well,
Justice League. What's it about?
what's it about?
It's about the Super Friends and them going on.
The Happy Tree Friend.
I know. They used to be called the Super Friends before they were the Justice League. Well, they were kind of, I think it was basically the same time. Just the shitty old cartoon show is called the Super Friends.
The Super Friends, yeah.
Yep. And that's when Aquaman was even more useless than he is in
I
this
love
movie.
it. Actually, no, I just like Jason Momoa. What's his name?
Jason Momoa?
Momoa. I'm just calling him Jason Mo. That's his
Mo, bro.
Mo, bro. He's beautiful. Sorry, like, there's a lot of naked people in this film.
Okay.
Like, not like full-blown naked, just naked enough that you're like, oh, yeah, okay, you're very, very attractive. Fuck.
They are Hollywood actors paid a hell of
Yeah.
a lot of money.
That's true. Same thing with, like, Thor Ragnarok, though. Like, I was just like, okay, you're pretty cool. Oh my god, yeah, you're kind of hot, too. Yeah, okay. It's like me with everyone. Sorry.
Anyway,
Sorry, guys.
getting away from your fantasies and stuff.
Oh, no, it's, like, not in that way. Just, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this is about the Justice League and their first mission, kind of. And
This is very Avengers-esque in certain
is it
areas.
though? It's
No.
like Avengers without it being good.
Well, that's the thing. There were certain points where I was like, "That's the Avengers." But then when you mentioned the fact that Joss
Whedon
Whedon, not
has
Josh.
had something to do
Yeah.
with this.
I was like, "That actually makes sense."
Yeah.
I get that now. There was this. I just remember this one scene with like, you know what? I haven't even been paying much attention because I don't remember the film 100%. But I just remember I was watching this one scene and I'm like, this is the Avengers. Like right now, this is the Avengers. Like as in a whole bunch of aliens, people fighting the aliens.
Yeah.
Some like a god and like
Yeah,
it was
but
just like, oh, this is...
You know, the thing is though, like, so you know, this film's about, it's one of Darkseid's disciples, which is Steppenwolf, is coming to Earth and he's trying to locate these 3 boxes to put them together. And if he puts them together, he can turn the world into his world, basically.
It's very complicated.
It's Man of Steel. It's exactly the same plot. Exactly the same plot as Man of Steel.
No, don't say that!
Zod comes to Earth and goes, I'm going to turn this place into Krypton. And then he doesn't. He gets his neck broken by Superman in Grand Central Station. Or Metropolis Station,
my
or whatever
God.
it is. Yeah.
Ren! No, I
What?
can't unsee that.
Yeah, I didn't say they were very creative people. Anyway,
Well,
so
great, guys. We don't really need to go through the plot
So
anymore.
that's the plot. The plot is exactly that, pretty much.
Okay.
And, except there's 3 MacGuffins instead of just 1. And
Stomach just growled.
and it's basically the backstory is, and we see it in a flashback that's alright, with all of the different special races, like many, many years ago, fighting Steppenwolf's army to get rid
Pretty
of
much
the
the
Mother Boxes
Amazonians, the water people, and humans.
and Green Lanterns.
Oh yeah, and Green Lanterns. Oh, I really
It's the
hope they
only-
don't do another
they
Green
are.
Lantern. Oh,
Why else would they put that in there?
have you seen the one with Ryan Reynolds with that fake
No.
CGI?
No, I haven't.
It's so bad. It's so
It's
bad.
taken Ryan Reynolds a long time to be in a superhero movie that was worth watching.
And then he was like that really shitty Deadpool.
He was a shitty Deadpool, and now he's a good Deadpool.
Oh, it's such a bad film.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, God,
But anyway, so yeah, the whole plot is like they took these boxes away from him. He retreated with his army, and then they decided to hide them. And the Athenians, what are they? Amazonians. That's it.
Athenians. Amazonians.
Whatever.
The
Starts with an
Amazonian
A.
scenes were the coolest because everyone's like fucking badass, even though it's kind of like stupid. But like,
So the Amazonians put it in a stone dome
yeah,
on their island of whatever it's called, and the water people put it underwater in a thing.
and then Earth people buried it in the earth.
Yeah, about a foot from the surface. They went, that's where it belongs. They'll never find
I
it
don't.
here.
Can I say I don't understand that scene with the family, like in that.
The Russian family.
Yeah, why?
In Totally Not Chernobyl. It was to give you some sort of impression that there was lives at risk when there's...
Well, I did not get that impression because I did not give a shit about them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if you die, you die, man. Fuck off. He's just in the fucking way. And then I did find it funny where someone was like, oh, they're east. And then was it Batman who was like talking to Flash and telling him to go help them or something?
Yeah, I think so.
And then Flash goes and he's like, I think this is east. I think this is east. And like he got lost.
Mm-hmm.
And then Superman finally comes and helps him.
Yeah.
And so he pushes the car. As he's pushing the car, Superman's next to him pushing like a fucking house. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Like
That'd be good in like a more fun movie.
Well, that's the thing. There are like fun Josh.
Whedon moments.
I'm
Yes.
just gonna call him Whedon
The
moments.
The funny thing about that is that the whole size of the city seemed to change in that scene because before they were looking down on it, like on the thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
all of a sudden they can have a conversation while going like light speed and it's still going.
Yeah.
And then, so either the city grew or that car that the Russians were driving is really fast. Got them to the edge of town.
Yeah. Super fast.
Yeah. But anyway, it's like Batman goes looking for a team really enthusiastically.
Like really not. He's
Not-
so mopey. Why?
He just looks... I think it's because Ben Affleck doesn't want to be there anymore.
He was in one Batman film though.
I know, and I think he's going, oh my god, I've made a huge mistake.
I think he's kind of a cool Batman though. Like,
He would be good if he was written better.
yeah, like I can see, you know when you like have certain characters that are cast and you're like, oh yeah, no, I can see it. Like, yeah, I'm into that. Like, I keep saying like, oh my god, I'm really tired. I'm sorry, but I saw him and I was okay. I was like,
No, there's
saying
nothing.
like.
There's nothing visually wrong with
No.
any of them, right? There's nothing wrong with like Jason Momoa playing
I think
Aquaman.
with these characters, they would be really good if they were just written a little bit.
No, but it's like
better.
the only one that I actually thought was cool or had like any thing that I enjoyed was like Wonder Woman, and I
yeah.
think it's because she's got a movie that's all right. It's like pretty good, but the rest of them don't.
Well,
Man
Cyborg.
of Steel was so conflictingly stupid and annoying.
Cyborg was like I
Barely
don't know.
explained.
Yeah, I don't really
He
understand.
was just so. It was like, oh, it was in an accident. Oh, it was an explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, then this box reboot.
I hate to say this, but I think DC needs origin films or
I think
some.
they need to start again.
Yeah,
I don't care if like this is the thing as well. Like Henry Cavill looks like Superman.
yeah,
It's just not a well written Superman.
yeah.
It's not like Superman's like the young farm boy who can do amazing things, but he still feels like that young
Yeah.
guy. And this one's just like, oh, it's so hard being
Superman.
a god all the time. It's so hard, isn't it? So hard, guys. Oh, why do I bother? And then he dies, and then he comes back. It's like, oh. And now he's trying to like be humorous, and it doesn't
Yeah.
work because he used to be a mopey dick.
He used to be so like Oh, so depressing. This whole franchise is so depressing.
Batman v Superman. I hated him so much. I hated Superman. He was so annoying.
The scene that was like the most like was that. I know we talked about a lot about Batman v Superman, by the way. I know we talked a lot. Actually,
I think relevant this time though.
Yeah, no, but I also like think it's funny because I remember the night we decided to do this podcast was a night after we'd literally spent like 2 hours ranting about how shit this film is. So significant. Was that scene where like the White House blows up or something after he goes in? The courtroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he blows up.
It's not the White House. It's I can't
courtroom.
remember. The big Justice Department.
Yeah, and he's just like standing there like, oh my god, no.
And it's his fault as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
And I'm like, couldn't he use his X-ray vision or something to like see the bomb? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Couldn't he do anything?
Probably not.
The only time he saves people in that movie is in a depressing montage. It's just all in slow motion. And he always looks miserable.
Yeah. I wish, like, Superman's very charismatic.
It's just like, lighten up.
Yeah, I thought he's very charismatic, and I thought it would be nice to, like...
This is the thing as well, they haven't done Batman right either.
No.
Because he's just a mopey, depressed asshole. And it doesn't
He
really
lost his parents.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't make...
He's not very justice-driven. Like, he's just like, oh, do I have to?
That's what Batman's character like in most of the comics and things like that. I mean, first of all, the fact that he kills people is just annoying to me.
He doesn't, or he does?
He does in this franchise. He didn't in this film, but he has in this franchise.
I thought the whole thing with Batman is that he doesn't.
Yeah, I know, but he does in Batman v Superman. He definitely kills people.
He could just maim them.
He blows them up in their cars. He
Yeah,
throws
maiming.
boxes that are like heavier than them at them, and it like breaks their skull.
Maim.
There's a whole like flash forward into the future where he shoots people with a gun.
Oh.
But anyway,
Maim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like if he could. Just here.
No, the reason why I'm saying all this is because it's like, and the thing as well which bothered me about this movie is there's just a certain point where he's just like, and he pretty much says it in dialogue, like he's useless, so he's just going to get them to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm going, Batman's whole thing is like, even if he can't win, he's going to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Because he knows it's
because
the
he's
right
crazy.
thing to do.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
the right thing. But, you know, he's like a good
He's
guy.
insane. He's a guy dressed as a bat jumping
Yeah, I
from
know.
wall to wall in the middle of the night.
And Superman wears his pajamas.
I know. I'm kind of into it.
But, you know, it's like, I mean, they're comic book characters.
Yeah.
They're not realistic, but at least he would make some sort of moral sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a strong I just leaned really close into the mic. I'm not a big follow the comics, but I have read up a lot about Batman. Not as much on Superman. I don't really know too much. I think Superman's kind of boring. I think he's like a nice guy, you know.
He's more interesting in the comics.
Probably.
Because he's got, like, problems, and they're not this sort of crap.
Yeah.
Where it feels forced. It's actually... There's a good one... I can't remember. But it was more like it was less about him being Superman and more about him being a person.
Yeah,
And there's one All-Star Superman, which is really good. That's when Superman is basically dying of something incurable. And it's what he does with, like...
The last
I don't know how... I can't remember how long, but basically the last period of his life.
Oh.
It's a lot more interesting.
Probably.
Yeah.
The thing I read about Batman is, like, obviously the whole reason he's Batman is because his parents were killed by the mugger.
Mm.
And then, like, he obviously, like, he's supposed to be, like, at the peak of physical, like, condition, really smart, super intelligent, really rich, all that stuff. But, like, it's, like, something that's, like, obsessive for him because he's, like, thinking that everybody he saves is, like, his parents or something. I don't know. I think
it's more like he's obsessive, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's insane in the right way.
Yeah.
Whereas Joker's insane the wrong way.
You know, like,
That's
have you
the whole
seen those
point.
charts where it's like chaotic good, chaotic evil? Joker's like chaotic evil. Batman's like lawful good or chaotic good. I don't remember. Maybe Joker's lawful
That's the whole
evil.
thing, like the Killing Joke, which everybody knows,
Yeah.
is like he's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
You know, they're both like the same.
Same history.
Which is why the Killing Joke ends with Joker telling Batman a joke
Yeah.
and Batman laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
Because they're very similar. They're
Yeah.
both kind of nuts. And Joker's trying to prove it, and he kind of wins.
Yeah.
But it's...
But
the
that's
point
not
isn't
that's
really-
not the Batman that we see though.
It's
not the
I don't
Batman
know
in
what
Justice.
this one is. I don't know what he does.
Yeah.
He's just obviously jaded and Robin was murdered and all this other shit. And
I thought like the whole vibe they were going for was like, oh well, he felt responsible for killing Superman, and then he wanted to bring Superman back because he knew he couldn't defeat Steppenwolf on his own.
no, but he's like, Superman was my friend. At one point, I'm like,
No,
"You're
he
never
wasn't."
friends." Like, I'm sorry. In the 5 minutes that you worked out that you both had the same mother's name,
Yeah.
and then you fought a big monster, and then and Superman died.
Yeah. So that was really weird.
So I'm going, and at the same time, Wonder Woman turned up for the first time, and they played her music really loudly, and then
Yeah.
she also couldn't kill the thing. So
Wonder Woman's theme song is amazing though.
it's all right.
It does
It's
it does
alright.
make me happy.
She has all the best things.
Yeah, because she's the best.
Flash has some good moments of like his powers
Yeah.
and
I like the scene where he runs up and touches the
the
cube.
sword. Oh, the cube.
The
when
cube
he,
right before
when they
it
bring
drops.
Superman
Yeah.
back.
And he like touches it right before it. And I also do like the sword when he touches it.
redirects
Bounces.
it.
Yeah, so cool.
That was cool. And probably my favourite scene in the movie is when Superman turns and looks at him as he's running. And Flash
yeah, and
sort
then
of realises, oh, shit. He's just as fast as I am. But so's Wonder Woman.
That's the thing I don't understand. How is Wonder Woman slower than Flash? But
And less strong than Superman, apparently.
that's not a thing
Because they're always supposed to be, like, equal.
yeah, well, I thought Flash was supposed to be just as fast as Superman, and Wonder Woman and Superman were like the same.
They're supposed to be pretty much the same.
But I guess
Like,
for the sake of the film,
You
that
have to
couldn't
make
happen.
Superman important.
Yeah. Can you hear that rain?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of rain today. It's
We're expecting 20 millimeters of rainfall today. Are you gonna
something like a month of rain in
No, 3 months.
3 months of rain in one day.
Is your place gonna flood?
That's fine.
You're very close to the ground.
It's fine.
I mean, you're on the ground, but
I am on the ground. But yeah, that's like
Yeah.
there's weird backstories. Like Cyborg
is Cyborg.
so he just plays on the computer while everybody else fights.
And then he couldn't control his like mechanical stuff.
For
I don't
1
know.
second when Superman turned up because they had to provoke Superman to fight
Yeah.
him.
I just look. I know you didn't like Flash. You thought he was annoying, but I thought he was kind of funny because like he was so annoying that I'm kind of like. Sorry, he was so annoying that I was kind of like, oh, this is what I need in my life. This is all I need.
Yeah,
I know, but he'd just say things that in my brain I would be saying. Maybe not in a trolling way, which I would do, but like the fact that like when Bruce like throws his ninja star, bat star, batarang, and then like he like kind of slow mo like it goes
Grabs it,
past,
yeah.
and he like grabs it. And he's like, "Are you Batman?" And then I think Bruce Wayne was just like, "Come with me" or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "What's your superpower?" And obviously everyone says like, "I'm rich" or something.
Yeah.
But I thought it was so funny. Like he's just such an innocent, clueless person,
Yeah.
and who doesn't love an innocent, clueless person? He's funny. And then yeah, like you said, that scene where he's just like Superman like turns and looks at him, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
His face is like just
That was-
everything.
Yeah, did a good job with his
Yeah.
face on that one.
Just like,
Although, have you noticed how weird he runs?
No.
It's like this really weird like
Oh,
thing. It was really I was looking at it going, that's not right. There's something odd about that. Like Flash is supposed to be, and he's doing like this thing.
I didn't really
It's so
notice.
weird. Doesn't look good.
Maybe
at
it's
all.
supposed to be like slow mo. Like he's supposed to.
But he's supposed to be fast. He sees everything in slow mo because he's so quick, and then he's gone. It looks really ridiculous when Superman's flying
I
next
thought
to him and they're having a conversation. He's going, "What's that, Superman?
I don't know.
You want to pick up a building? Cool."
Yeah, well, I've got a car. What does he do? Like he stops the car and the girl's there, and he's just like,
Oh, he says Dostoevsky, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
the name of a Russian writer, not like Sia or anything like that.
okay. Yeah, I was like, what?
Clearly,
what did
the
he
only
say?
thing he knew, and Dostoevsky, and then he runs away.
I think that's see, stuff like
So that
that's
was
funny.
fun. That was fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. Like that whole little bit was good because it was like, oh yeah, I've pushed the truck, and he looks over, and Superman's carrying a building out there.
And
That
he's
was
just like, huh, okay. And you're like, He's like, oh, it's cool. I do my own thing then. I do my own thing.
But yeah, this doesn't compare with what Marvel's done.
No.
Because they're rushing to get it done.
Before Infinity Wars.
But they're just trying to compete, like, be there as well. Because it's like...
Let's not even talk about the Universal Studios thing. The Darkverse.
Oh, yeah, don't even. Dark Universe. That feels like it's dead on arrival.
Look, with Marvel, you and I both know, like, it is what it is.
Well, they created this whole cinematic universe thing.
Yeah, so they've got, like, their winning formula, and every time I go see a film, you know what to expect, and it's never anything super, super special. It's just like, oh, yeah.
There's only been, like, twice, like, maybe 3 times, 4 times when they've exceeded my expectations.
Civil Wars.
The first was Iron Man 1, because I wasn't expecting any.
3?
Iron Man 3 was the other one.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier and the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're the only ones that, like, when I went to see them, I was like, oh, this is way better than I was expecting.
Iron Man 3 really blew me out the water, because after Iron Man 2, I was a little like... Oh. I was like, oh, God, please just get rid of this franchise. And then...
I was really surprised that they let Shane Black do what he did with Iron Man 3.
Make it all.
He's like a proper writer-director. Like, he's done other things. And, like, he's responsible for Lethal Weapon being good, basically. And, like, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is Robert Downey Jr. as well. And The Nice Guys. He did all those, and then it's like, okay, is he going to be allowed to do what he usually does to Iron Man? And then he did. And the whole Mandarin thing, which I thought was great, lots of the fanboys hate. Because it's not the Mandarin that they wanted. It's just way more interesting idea that he's not really that special. He's just some actor.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, unfortunately, it does pave the way for a lot less interesting villain, which is Guy Pearce in that movie, who's a fine actor, but the villain's not very interesting. It's just like, oh, you ignored me when I was a nerdy kid looking for... And then I'm going to get pissed off and turn into an asshole later.
Such a petty...
He can shoot flames or whatever with his arms or some shit. I don't know, that was the only...
Well, it was good one.
The actual, like, character stuff with Robert Downey... Tony Stark was good because he spends most of the time out of the suit. Doesn't have to... He can't rely on it.
No. I like the scene where he gets just, like, the giant bear... And then they're just arguing about it, and it's like, that's normal. And it's like, oh, what was it? She was like, Gwen Paltrow, like, her character was like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And it's just like, what? I can't get a bear for the woman I love.
And the other bit that I liked was, when it's like, he's like, being interrogated or something like that near the end, and like the pits of his suit come through, and like he gets one bit, and, and then it's like he knocks out a whole bunch of them, and goes to do the last guy. And he's like, I don't even like working here.
It's like oh my God, they are so weird.
It's so like, weird. And he just runs away.
Ronaldo's like, okay, bye.
Okay.
Yeah. Why can't DC do cool stuff like that? If DC did stuff like that,
build characters that people actually understand in some level.
I think there's too much. There's too much, like, pushing Cyborg. I think they're starting to do what Marvel did wrong in, like, is it Civil War, where they were just like pushing, or like in
okay, so what Avengers they're doing,
2.
So what they're doing is they're doing what Civil War did to one character. They're doing to
all
like
of
several
them
at the same time.
Yeah.
So Civil War brings in Ant-Man for some reason.
Yeah.
DC brings in Cyborg, Aquaman, and the Flash.
Yeah. Oh, the Flash was in, I swear, one other film. No.
Oh, he was in Batman v Superman for 5 seconds. He goes, "Well, this is the key to all this," and then he disappears. Remember when Batman's sitting down?
Well, that's weird.
Because he can time travel with his powers as well, which is the thing in the comics.
Yeah. I wonder how that's... You know what? I bet they're going to forget that happened.
It's going to be in like the Justice League 2 or something when they fight Darkseid or whatever. Or Justice League 3 or whatever the fuck they're going to do.
I don't fucking know. Anyway.
There you go. Just got it. But speaking of all these movies, Infinity War's trailer is out.
Yeah. And did you see it?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Looks fine.
Yeah, I think it looked really good. Like, I mean, you know how I feel. Like, I'm just kind of like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to wait.
I feel like once this one's over, I won't feel the need to watch any other movies after it that they make.
Like, I like the scene when the guy, like, Thor's like, who the hell are you guys? And then it's like Guardians.
That was the bit that I liked the most.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, good.
I was waiting for it. And I was like, oh my God, there they are. My stomach's still growling. I'm so hungry still. I'm trying to like refrain from eating too much, but that's not working.
And
I
there's
also-
some cool stuff, but I also think, like, I don't know. They haven't really revealed much about the story.
I like that though.
Yeah,
wanna
I
see
like
what
that too,
happens.
but it's obvious like Thanos comes to Earth and starts like fucking.
Someone
which is
wrote,
fine.
is it weird that Thanos looks like Josh Whedon or whatever?
Joss Whedon.
Is it
Joss
that?
Whedon is bald. The
So
director.
there's this huge meme, and people think Thanos looks like him.
He does kind of.
Yeah, right.
He looks like a purple skinhead.
Everyone's like, is this a coincidence or did they do this on purpose?
Who's directing this one?
Mm.
I don't actually know who's directing. I feel like it's the guys who did Captain America 2 and 3. But I don't know. I can't remember. And it's still 2 parts, right?
I don't know, because it wasn't like Infinity Wars Part 1.
Yeah, it's just Infinity War.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find out more about that as time goes on. But this one, it comes out in April.
It's not a long time.
No. They've got to release Black Panther in this time as well.
Oh, no. I refuse to watch that.
That's the other thing that they did in Civil War. They just introduced Black Panther.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Civil War was the biggest one was
Civil War and Ant-Man.
Black Panther.
Like, Ant-Man, at least he had his own movie by that point. But he was in the movie for no reason. Kind of like Spider-Man as well, actually. Spider-Man did it as well.
Yeah, but then Spider-Man
But we
was
already know who Spider-Man
Yeah.
is.
like the 4th reboot. 3rd.
The second reboot. The first one wasn't a reboot. It was just they made movies.
Yeah, I know. They're all reboots in my eyes.
Because
They're all the same.
they saw that X-Men did well and they went, let's make Spider-Man now.
I just...
Speaking of X-Men, the New Mutants looks interesting. So that looks like a horror movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh, really? Oh, it's an X-Men thing.
I don't really follow X-Men, you know that.
I don't really either anymore.
You know more about X-Men than I do.
know a bit more, but not like... I haven't read any comics.
I haven't read any comics, period.
Really? Okay.
I used to read The Simpsons. No, it's so hard to, like... Because there's so many. It's so hard just to be like, I'm going to start with this one, or I'm going to read that one, or... I just Wikipedia it. You know what I do? I get the Wikipedia page and I just read through the whole fucking thing, and I'm like... But then I get so confused because I'm like, because it's like, oh, in this story that happens, in that story that happens, and then there's a few timelines when they die, and there's a few timelines when they become a woman, and there's a few times when they become
That's
a
what
man.
I'm saying with like...
And you're like, okay.
That's what I'm saying with like Superman All-Star, Superman this, Superman that. It's like they're all different.
Yeah.
Like most of them are graphic novels.
Yeah.
Or
I don't mind that. It's just like, it's so hard to see where they start and where they stop. Cause...
the only one that I've collected on some level is The Punisher. And that was the Max series, which was like the more violent adult version.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I haven't got them all, and I really can't be bothered getting them all. Because, and speaking of that, the Punisher series is out.
I know.
I've only watched like 3 episodes, but
Is it good?
it's good.
Yeah.
I like it so far, but I haven't seen it all yet. So
Yeah.
they're doing more. The Punisher feels more like he should.
Mm.
He's not like. I don't know if you've seen any of the Punisher films that they've made.
No, I'm sorry.
So
I'm
the
very clueless
2003
about
one, the 2003 one is fine, but it's kind of silly.
Oh.
got
I actively
some
avoid
stupid-
like these like Superman type or like superhero, supervillain types of films.
Well, it's more like anti-hero because he doesn't have any powers. He
Either
just-
way, I don't really
Yeah.
watch any of the like the TV shows that like Marvel's like
Daredevil or
Jessica Jones. What
Iron
was the one
Fist.
with like Agent Phil Coulson?
Iron Fist.
No,
And,
Iron Fist was shit.
What's the other one?
There's Agents of Shield.
Asians of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents, not Asians. I said agents.
Now that one, I'm sure sucks because I haven't seen a fucking episode.
it's so bad.
Because the other ones
Iron-
are all Netflix series. That one's a
Iron
different thing.
Fist is so bad.
I haven't.
Like,
watching
as
it.
in, I couldn't. It was painful to watch the first. Like, it was just like I was watching it, and I'm like, this is stupid. It's overacted. It's poorly written. The storyline.
I've seen the fight scenes as well as shit.
They are really bad. Like, no offense, but like, I can't imagine what it's like for you, for someone who's worked with a stunt team. Like, for me to be like, no, that's not very good. And I'm impressed by Transformers sometimes. So like let's be honest here. My standards for fight scenes isn't super high, and I'm just like, no, man.
It's funny because Daredevil's got a couple that are fantastic.
Yeah.
Like Daredevil's got like one shot, one take fight scenes that go through like Daredevil season 2's got a really good one.
Who was it? I showed Kenji the scene from Hard Boiled. That one you showed me.
Oh yeah, that's like the
really
best one of all time.
I showed my dad that one too, and he was like, "Ooh," because he's all like into like Chinese films and all that. Yeah, so I like those, but like most of the time, if a fight scene's pretty, like if it's consistent and all that, I'm like, okay, I can watch this. This was just really bad. Like I remember this is one scene where he like jumps on top of a car or something like that. And he does a flip, but then he jumps, it cuts, you see him do the flip, and then it cuts again to him just jumping onto the car.
Oh, really?
I swear that was a scene in there. Okay. But it's stuff like that. I'm like, oh.
The Punisher's less action-based than I thought. It's more about the plot. It's got less... The fighting's pretty brutal when you get to it, but it's not all the time. There's like you'll go whole episodes without any sort of like shootout or fight scene or anything. Because it's not really the point. I mean, that's kind of been the problem with the movies. Although Punisher Warzone is like one of the best bad movies you'll ever watch. It's hilarious and awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it's so overly violent, like, but it looks cartoony. That's kind of the point. The whole film looks actually like quite like a comic book.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's really over the top. Like the main bad guy is Jigsaw, who is one of the Punisher's like enemies, like classic sort of enemy characters. And he's a guy who's, and this is the thing, like Punisher's like both grounded and it's kind of over the top at the same time, depending on which one you read. And Jigsaw's a guy who basically gets fed through some sort of like garbage disposal thing, comes out the other side, and then somebody like puts him back together. Oh. And he looks like disgusting and fucked up. Kind of like Frankenstein, but that's the bad guy in Warzone. And I think like near the start of the movie, Punisher feeds him through the thing, basically. Yeah. And then somebody puts him back together. And then he wants revenge, and
understandable.
It's kind of great in a bad way.
Oh my god, that's so fucked up. How do you put someone's brain back together? Their brains are like cut in half.
That's what I said. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all, but it's kind of
That's not how fucking body works.
No, it's not.
So you just like sew the bone together. Super quick.
Yeah. I remember because I think people have made a joke about it, and I think the director was a woman whose name I forget, but she did Green Street Hooligans and a couple of other films. And she directed Punisher Warzone. She didn't know anything about the Punisher before she started, and then she read like shitloads of the comics. And they was just trying to put stuff in, but at the same time it was like she was told by like one of the producers or something, whatever you do, don't put like any parkour in the film. Every friggin' action movie these days has like a parkour. But this was back like when Casino Royale got released. Oh yeah. I think Punisher Warzone was released like a year later. Oh yeah. It was just like, don't put any friggin' we're sick of that shit. Yeah. So what she did, she put parkour guys in there who do like 3 parkour moves, and then the Punisher blows them up.
Oh my god.
What? So it's just kind of great that she was just like, oh,
whatever goes.
I'll just put a big fuck you to that anyway. So it's pretty much like, it was great. And yeah, it's equally sort of over the top in its violence, and there's one scene which I remember. It's like a guy sitting at the table. I can't remember what the scene is. And the Punisher just like walks in with the shotgun, just goes bang, and like his face just comes off and like into bits. But yeah, this one's like the best on-screen version of him. Okay. So far.
That's good then. How did we get on? We were supposed to be talking about DC and we ended up with Marvel again.
Does you have to?
Yeah.
You have to talk about how much better they're doing.
I mean, they're not like necessarily doing super, super amazing.
Well, it's Disney anyway. Disney's doing very well with that.
Yeah. I think it's like, look, I think the main thing is that their films are consistent.
Yeah, they're consistent. They're not bad.
None of them are super bad.
They're just good.
None of them
are solid.
Yeah.
Like except for when Disney
vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. Except for when Disney does Star Wars.
There's a new one coming out, isn't there?
I want to see the new one.
Are you going to buy a money cannon? Oh, no. And then regret it when
that
you
so much.
I always make fun of you whenever we talk.
Sucks.
Whenever we talk about someone, I always make fun of your money.
I have a money box with Rogue One on it, and I hate Rogue One. I got it before I saw it.
I know, why did you do that?
And then I watched the movie and was like, oh, this is shit. This is so boring.
Why did you do that? Like, I never buy any merch
before you see it.
Because I'm like, there's always a chance
that it's going to suck
dick.
Like, I don't think I've done that ever since Rogue One. Since Rogue One, I've never done anything like that. Where I've like preempted that I'm going to like something and then I go, oh dear.
That was probably like the biggest letdown ever. Did you just come home and were like, fuck?
No, but I was like, all the reviews were just over the moon and then I went and saw it. I was like,
no.
Like like everything about it's competent except I don't give a shit.
You know what? I wish you got one with like Carrie Fisher's face, like that really awkward face that she pulls.
Oh, the one at the end.
Yeah. She just stuck it on.
With the fake Peter Cushing next to her.
Yeah,
just
oh my God,
add insult
so
to injury.
It's so bad.
You've seen the face.
Yeah.
Oh. That was horrifying.
It's like Twilight's fake baby, kind of scary.
Then I think not long after I saw it, she died, and I was like, oh God. It's the last thing we get.
Wait, why wasn't she in it? Oh, because she had to be young. Right.
Had to be her.
Couldn't they find like a body? I mean, look, if they could replace Paul Walker in Fast and Furious.
They did that with his brothers, though.
Yeah. Why couldn't they find a lookalike and then like do some stuff with that?
I was thinking, why can't they just like hire like Charles Dance or something like that and like do that and like do Peter Cushing that way? And I don't know, they can find some young actress to play Leia, can't they?
Yeah.
And maybe change a little something here and there, make it look a little bit more like...
Look,
not
if they
like...
can cover off freaking Superman's moustache, they can... It's so weird. It's so weird, Red. Now that you point it out, all I can think about is like the whole...
Weird face.
Yeah, like I could tell something was weird with his lower mouth, but then I was like... Maybe I was thinking maybe it's the chin, like the dimple.
I was just looking at him going, ugh.
I thought it was the chin dimple. I was like, maybe he didn't have that to begin with, and that's why I'm noticing it. But then, like I just couldn't tell.
Stop looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, something's weird with your face.
Yeah, he's got a messed up face in this movie.
He's still kind of hot.
He's like, hey, and you're like, damn.
Yeah. And tap that. Oh my God, this is all I talk about whenever we talk about like any of these films. I'm like, that's cute, he's cute, she's hot. Why not Gal Gadot? Oh my God, literally would marry her.
Of course you would.
Yeah, of course I would. Have you seen that? Like, she's like super tall as well. I'm really into it. She is. She's like a model.
She was a model.
She was a model. She can still be a model. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that she was.
Yeah. He's so fucking cool.
I don't know why she wasn't doing any of the legwork going around looking for people.
Oh, the scene where they're meeting up at the lake and then Batman's telling her to go to Cyborg and he's going to go look for Aquaman or Flash? No, the Flash.
Flash, yeah.
It reminded me of that scene where like Black Widow was sent to get the Hulk. And it's all like, oh, are you sure? Yeah. And then they go off and search for their people. That's what it reminded me of.
You notice that the scene where she like meets Cyborg face to face and he like shuts off the power?
Yeah.
I always think this is funny. Every time they do that in a movie, nobody ever comes out of the house going,
it's like,
fucking power turned off. What the hell?
No, people just stand in their home and it's like, oh,
whoops.
Superheroes.
Oh well. We'll just sit here.
In the dark.
In the dark.
Waiting for the light to go. Maybe it's like a place where the
I love how like he was spying on her in the forest and he couldn't meet her in the forest.
Nah, man, that doesn't make any sense.
You can't have dramatic lighting like that in the forest.
You don't. You
can't have him exhibiting that he can switch all the lights off in a city.
I don't understand his powers.
I don't understand.
I thought he was just a cyborg. How does he like fucking?
He's a magic cyborg. He got his powers from the magic box.
Yeah,
that his dad had. In
that's
his
magically full of shit. You know.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
not a thing. I don't understand
as well how it was like 4 armies got rid of Steppenwolf the last time, and now it's like 6 people.
No, but Superman.
Yeah, I know, but like this is what I'm saying. Like as Amazons aren't cool, they can't do anything. They had Green Lanterns, they can't do anything.
No, man. Superman.
I mean, of course, the Aquaman people can't do shit.
I like Aquaman.
I have no problem with like.
He is really useless though. He just like swims around.
And then he comes up, and I'm like, why is he here?
I don't know.
He gets thrown around. He literally needs help.
He's got what was it? Someone described his thing as a fork. He was like, at least
it's not a trident anymore.
No.
It's a pitchfork. It should be a trident like Poseidon.
Yeah.
But now it's got like 6 prongs on it.
I thought there was only 3.
There should only be 3, but
was
there's
there
more.
not 3?
No, there's more. You see it?
No.
It's got heaps.
Oh,
I was like, it's not Trident anymore. It's a Trident. Try.
try. Sorry. I thought that was anything. Either way, what was the scene where it's like at least I'm not carrying a fork?
I can't remember who said that.
I don't know, but it was pretty funny. I laughed.
Also, they completely wasted J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon.
Oh yeah, they did.
I'd laugh because it was funny because people had all these like, he had all these like gym selfies
Yeah.
of him like working out for the role.
Yeah. I didn't know
And
that.
he's in it for 5 minutes.
I thought...
and that's completely
Wait,
pointless.
it's 5 minutes. He has to make it count. He has to look the best that he can ever look for 5 whole
5 minutes of him in Whiplash is, I mean, of course, his character's well written and interesting in that film, and is important.
Yeah.
He made a better impression in the original Spider-Man movies
As the
as J.
editor.
Jonah Jameson.
Yeah. It was so funny.
It was awesome.
Oh.
He
Final.
got promoted to police chief somehow.
Police Chief Gordon. What if they're going to do stuff like the Oracle or... Nah.
Oh, you mean disabled Batgirl?
Yeah. Don't
Because
say that.
they'd have to do the Killing Joke.
Oh, no, okay, never mind. Forget I ever asked.
They wouldn't have to, I suppose. They could do it some other way, but then the fanboys would be pissed.
Yeah.
Although
Well-
I don't even know whether that's necessarily considered the only canon way.
Yeah,
that she
that's what I was
gets-
going to say.
It's the most interesting way that she gets disabled.
What's
but
the other way?
I'm sure there's other ways.
Hits
There must
by a
be.
car, falls from a roof.
Yeah, falls from a roof.
Has sex with Batman. What?
Yep.
Does he break her
I
back?
was going to say, actually...
He
like,
breaks her
no,
back
because,
while fucking
no,
her.
because... Like, well, that sounds like... What happens when Superman gets it on with Lois Lane? What happens?
Just turns it down to gentle mode.
There's a knob on it.
No! That's not what I meant.
He changes it from the Kryptonian side to the human side.
Once, like I say, like one testicle's a you.
No. No, I'm suggesting there's a little like knob on the top and he turns it from one setting to the
That's a
next.
flick.
And then what
the
happens
switch.
is one of his testicles gets smaller and the other one gets bigger to say, yeah, which one?
Actually, now that you say that, do you think he's ever probably... I mean...
That's the other thing as well. Batman spends a hell of a lot of time flirting with Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah, he does! Look, I didn't want to say that it was flirting because part of me was like...
She's going to give him a hip replacement. He's already old.
Oh, God. No, because there were a lot of moments where they were together and then, like, he's, like, trying to relocate, like, his shop. What's...
And then she just goes, and he's fine.
And they're just, like, talking together and I'm like... what's going on? No. I didn't want to think it was, like, that type of thing. I was like, maybe they're just really good friends.
They're the super friends.
They're the super friends.
They're all super friends.
They're super friends.
Anyway, Superman's supposed to be with Wonder Woman, isn't he?
I thought
Eventually.
Superman was with Lois Lane.
Yeah, but she's not always there. She'll
After-
die in the next movie or something. Because
So
Amy
Lois
Adams
dies
will go,
and
I'm
then-
sick of doing this shit.
Yeah. Sick
You
of
just
having...
kill me off.
That's the thing I don't get. Like, this whole relationship with superheroes. I'm like, who's with who? Because I thought Batman's with Catwoman.
That's what I kind of love about the Marvel things. They haven't really given a shit about that side of it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
there's Iron Man with Pepper Potts,
Yeah.
and there's Captain America has the thing with the niece of his original girlfriend.
That's weird.
Which is weird.
That got really weird really quick. And then there's
Spider-Man
Hulk
has his teenage thing, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
fine. I mean, that
with
doesn't have to go anywhere.
Zendaya.
Yep.
And then there's Hulk with Black Widow.
Yep.
And that's it.
Thor doesn't have anything
Jane-
apart from Jane's in it, and then she's
But, like,
not
I
in it.
like how, like, it's just, that's your girlfriend. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, you guys are happy together. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine, guys. Just leave it. There's no, like...
Except for Hulk's green boner every time he sees... What's her name?
Oh, Scarlett Johansson. ScarJo.
You almost say Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
But now we've got Scarlet Witch and Vision.
And Vision. Did you see the trailer? There was this weird scene where there
he's
was...
a human.
Yeah, and then she's like... And I'm like, And I'm like, what? What's going
Although
on?
they're pretty much Vision must die.
Surely, yeah.
Because it's like pretty much in the trailer that he dies.
Yeah.
Because he takes
Can
the
I say
Infinity
something
Gem out
weird?
of his head.
Can I
and
say
he
something
puts it
really
in-
weird? I'm way more into Vision when he's not a human.
You're odd.
Sorry. Because he's so weird when, like... He's so weird when he's
Paul
human.
Bettany looks like a human.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, but like I guess I'm just in my mind like.
He doesn't look like he shoot lasers out of his head.
Well,
Ugh.
yeah, that's true. I think it'd just be more grotesque for him to shoot lasers out of his head when he's human. Can you imagine him just flying around like shh?
Well, like Superman.
Yeah, but lasers coming out from here, not here.
Okay. Yeah, it's more of a villain thing to do for some reason to shoot it out of your
Third
forehead.
eye.
Yeah.
Your third eye. But yeah, like, what was I saying? Oh my god, I've completely lost my train of thought.
About Vision and Scarlet Witch. Something about them.
Yeah, that was
He looked
weird. I think with Marvel, it's very simple. It's just like, oh, yeah, they're together. And there's no, like, real, like, oh my god, like, are they together? Are they not together? Are they together?
No, why bother?
Like, whereas, like, with this film, I was just like, are they together? Are they not together? Are they going to stay together?
There's a bit of that with Iron Man, but not much.
No,
It's
because
kind of there. But
I mean, like, with them, it's more, most of the time it's like, oh, well, the girls aren't here anymore or something like that. But it's never like, why aren't they here? Like, there's no complicated.
You couldn't pay them enough.
Yeah. Like, the whole thing with Superman and Lois Lane, I'm kind of like, okay, like, they get together. But then it's this whole, like, oh, well, you know, should we be together? Are we not together? Like, I don't know. Like, Superman's all conflicted on whether they should be together or not. And there's all this, I don't know. Just like...
Although, that being said, there wasn't a lot of that in Justice League. It just felt crap.
Yeah.
Just, the first thing she had to say to him was how she'd been writing BuzzFeed articles for the past 6 months. And she wasn't a good journalist anymore.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just came back to life. Like, I was dead.
Can we go have sex now? Like, please.
Like, you know, I had rigor mortis before. I mean, come on.
Please.
I won't forget to turn the dial.
Human mode.
The one thing I do love about Batman is the unspecified amount of money he has.
Oh, yeah. Just
like, oh, I bought the bank so you can have your farm back.
Just buy the
Even though Ma Kent was basically saying that she can't maintain the house anymore. And I'm like, she seems fine. She's like, she sold the thing.
Maybe he bought the house for, like, all of them.
Superman's just like, look, you're going to live...
in my childhood home.
You're going to live in my childhood home where Dad's buried for the rest of your life, goddammit.
Oh my God. That's literally...
By the way, remember when I threw a truck through the house?
When was that?
Man of Steel.
I don't remember, man. I literally do not remember.
I don't know whether it was
Man of
him,
Steel.
though. I think it was one of the...
Someone threw a truck
one of the
through
Zod
the
bad
house.
guys. They threw like a truck or something into the Kent farm, and it's fine now.
It's fine. It's like Harry Potter.
Yeah. The Weasleys' place.
The Burrow were
It
always...
got burnt down. In the next movie, it's like, oh, we're having a wedding. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. GG, guys. GG.
It's like, oh, I love what you've done with the place. Looked like shit when I was here last. It was like on fire.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting really tired, sorry.
It's like Metropolis.
Oh
All of
my
Metropolis got rebuilt in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and like the 5 minutes it took to make the next film.
Which is actually the only good bit of Batman v Superman was the Batman's opening when he's driving through the city on the day. That was the only good part I liked of the movie. It's like, oh, this is more interesting.
Oh, something's happening, and the rest of the film is like, nah, man.
Oh, the rest of the film, something's happening. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Look, I wouldn't... have I seen Batman v Superman since...
I've seen like half of it.
And then you just couldn't go on no
I
more.
saw the director's cut.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me. I refuse to watch that. It's like
It
longer.
It's just longer.
Why did you watch it?
Because I was giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And it didn't do anything for me. I think I saw the director's cut of Suicide Squad as well.
Well, how was that?
I think there's just more Joker in it, and he still doesn't do that much. That's all. I mean, that's the parts that like the bit in the trailer where he's got like the grenade.
Oh, yeah.
That's in it, and that's basically him walking in near the end,
Yeah.
threatening them with a grenade, and then walking away. And it's Jared Leto's Joker
DC,
too.
why does he have to disappoint? Why do they have to disappoint me? Why? I like DC characters. The films just suck, except for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was like the diamond in the rough. I don't know what they did with Wonder Woman, but it was really good. And then I'm like, why? Can't you just keep it consistent? Like, why do you have?
And the thing is, as well,
this?
you can still watch Wonder Woman and not watch the other movies.
Yeah.
Because it still just kind of works as its own thing. There's only like 2 little bits that reference the rest of it.
Yeah.
And that's where the opening, when she receives the photo from Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And the end.
Yeah.
That's it. You just don't even have to pretend like they didn't even happen.
Yeah,
Just
I
the rest of
know.
the movie's fine. It's got some fun action bits that
I'm
actually
hoping-
have weight.
I was hoping for a really, like, I know the Dark Knight series and all that. I was hoping for a really good Batman film, though, somewhere along the line.
Well, Netflix, the solo Batman movie's like now. I don't know what's going to happen with it because he stepped down as director like immediately after Batman v Superman because it's like, oh, this is shit. I'm not doing this.
Wait, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he was supposed to direct it
Oh.
because he's actually a decent director. And
He was
then
the accountant as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
How was
I
the
didn't-
accountant? Apparently, it wasn't as good. I thought it was going to be really good. I was really excited
It
for
was
it.
quite boring,
No.
in my opinion.
Why?
It was just, I don't know. His performance didn't do much for me. It was just kind of dull, and then it ended. And then I kind of, like, there was a twist built into it, but I kind of saw it coming, and then I was like, okay, well, that's over.
That's
It
done.
was too long as well, I thought.
How long was it? It's 2, 3...
I feel like it was about 2 hours maybe, but it just felt longer, I think.
Ooh, how long was, Infinity Wars, god damn it.
Justice League?
Yeah.
2 hours.
It wasn't that bad. No, Transformers was still the longest film of the century, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Even though I don't think it was the longest film, it was.
No, like, it
felt like the
literally-
longest film.
Felt so fucking
Blade Runner
long.
felt shorter.
But yeah, Blade Runner was just like, oh, boom, boom, it's done.
Yeah.
And then this,
Not
like,
even a fast-moving movie.
nah, but like, oh my gosh,
It felt shorter than Transformers.
It's literally, I feel like Transformers is literally the worst film of the year.
I
Like,
got a headache watching that movie.
yeah, it was just so, oh my god, it was so bad.
So let's basically say
Yeah.
we're getting near the end now.
Yeah,
Because it's nearly been an hour.
okay. I think it's been a whole hour of me just going, what? What?
So what I'm thinking, the last episode of this podcast for this year is probably going to be in about 2 weeks' time. Because it's probably going to be pretty busy after that.
Yeah.
As far as Christmas and everything else that's going to be
Yeah.
happening, New Year's.
When are we going to start up again? Probably February?
Yeah, if you want to do February.
Oh, it might have to be after I come back from Japan.
What are you doing in January?
Nothing, I'm not doing January. I'm
Okay.
going in Feb, so unless we want to start in Jan and then...
Well, we'll do some stuff in January, have a break in February.
No, but then it's like stop.
That's fine.
Unless we record 2 extra podcasts in January.
We can do that.
Yeah, let's just do that. We're going to do that, guys. Cool.
We'll do that. So anyway, what was I saying? I don't know much. Like, you're going to see The Disaster Artist, so we can both talk about that next
Yeah.
time. The only other thing, big release thing in 2 weeks' time is Star Wars.
No. There's Coco
Coke.
From-
That.
from Disney.
I hear
Is
it's
that my
good.
phone?
I hear it's good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I wanted
Watch
to.
that.
I wanted to see Book of Death. The Book of Death. Like, it's a Disney film. It had like similar themes to
Okay.
it, but I never got to see it because it never really got like a big release. It was just
Okay.
one of those more independent films.
Don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out. I watched Disaster Artist. My ears are itching. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
I
we'll
watched
watch
Disaster
Well,
Artist.
you'll
and
see
then
The Disaster Artist, and we'll...
figure it
I
out.
should explain I went to see an advanced screening of it last week and got the book signed,
Yeah, I know.
and it was fun. It was a fun evening.
Jealous.
I could see what was going to happen. The first thing, when Greg Sestero got on stage and said, "Hi everybody," the first thing that happened is some guy at the back, "Oh, hi Mark." I knew that was going to happen. And then
What
it's
was
like,
it?
"Oh, how many times has that happened to you in the last 3 days you've been here?" He's like, "Oh, about like 70 times."
Oh my god. There was this video going around, and it was pretty much like these people who were like, after they watched it, after I was going, "Oh, hi, Mark," and like going as loud as they can. So this girl's holding a phone, going, "Oh, hi," like yelling in front of this public library, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on? What are you doing?" And then she's just like standing there, like smiling. It's really weird, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
But no, it looks really good. I really want to watch it.
I'll say that the book's an interesting read. Because I've been reading the book since I got it.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting read because it's like it goes between what Greg Sestero kind of did before he met Tommy, when he first met Tommy in an acting class, and then it also goes like next chapter will be about on set, and then we'll go back to that on set, back to that on set sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, because watching The Room. So I've only seen The Room all the way through once. And
I've never seen The
It's
Room.
really hard to watch. It would be if you were watching it by yourself. I reckon if you went to a midnight screening, and I kind of want to go to one at some stage where everybody's kind of into it, I think it'd be a lot more fun.
Yeah.
People throw spoons at the screen because of all of the stock photo spoons that are in the background of the shots
What?
in frames.
Oh,
yeah, 'cause
really?
They didn't have like photos of the cast or anything to like put in like the dressing. So this, because like Tommy had the script was secret.
Oh,
Only
okay.
him, Greg, and I think one other person had actually
Yeah.
read the whole thing,
Yeah.
and so he was just like kind of almost like he was making it up as he go along. But
Yeah.
only he knew what was kind of happening,
Yeah.
and then he'd go, "Okay, we need like stuff on this table." So the props department just had to go out and like buy frames,
What?
and the frames they got had spoons in them, and they didn't have any
Yeah.
photos to put in them. So
Yeah.
in the background of some of the shots, there's framed spoon photos. So people throw spoons every time they see them at the screen.
Oh my god. I'm really excited to see it then.
But the movie's good.
Mm.
James Franco is great in it.
Mm.
Dave Franco's okay. Kind
Does
of just
the-
plays
both
himself.
the Francos?
Yeah, Dave Franco
Oh.
plays Greg Sestero, Mark.
Oh. Okay.
And it's funny because like visually, James Franco looks kind of like Tommy Wiseau, but Dave Franco looks nothing like Greg Sestero.
Yeah.
He's shorter than James Franco, and Greg Sestero is much taller than Tommy Wiseau in
Yeah.
real life, and like all these other things. But it's more, it's kind of like a fictionalized version of the book, like more. They've changed a few things
Was
around.
it like more over the top kind of?
Probably. Tommy's a more sympathetic character in the end.
Okay.
As it's more like somebody who was like genuinely trying to do something really good, but they're just not good at what they
Doing
do.
it. Oh my god.
The ending, as I think I've said before, it's not great
Yeah.
because it doesn't feel
God, that
quite.
rain's crazy.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel quite. I mean, it's more like if you know anything about it, which you probably do if you're going to see this film. And I will say it's better if you know something about The Room before you go and see it,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things that
References,
they've.
yeah.
It's not like deliberate references, like, oh, remember this, and then haha. It just adds an extra layer, I think,
Yeah.
if you've seen it. And
Yeah.
they do a cool thing at the end of the film after the story's finished. They have like two screens, one of the original film and then one of them doing it, and it's like identical.
Okay.
The only thing that they fucked up in like the redoing of it
Yeah.
is they didn't badly dub their voices, which kind of is half the reason The Room's funny,
Yeah.
and they kind of should have, because it's not as like they do the hi doggy scene and it doesn't quite play as funny
Yeah.
if it's not badly dubbed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because they add the audio in for that after. Oh my god, that's
and what's worse is they like layered the vocals over the top, the dialogue over the top of each other, so it sounds rushed. Oh, $18. You keep the change. I'll have the dog over your way. He just walks away, and then
oh my god.
that's what. But it's like
You're my favorite customer.
you're my favorite customer. Oh, hi Johnny, I didn't know it was you. It also kind of opens weird because there's like just a bunch of interviews with like reasonably well known like celebrities who've
Yeah.
seen the film talking
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
and that starts the story, and I'm like, was that necessary?
Probably not. But why not?
But yeah, the book's obviously more in depth
Yeah,
and probably
of course.
more like actually what happened. But I think they did a good job adapting it. It's just the ending's a bit too clean cut, and the actual real ending to the story in terms of how The Room was received and what Tommy did with that information initially is probably more interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's laughed at
Yeah.
the opening because
Yeah.
it's funny
Yeah.
and it's not supposed to be, and he doesn't get it, and he's kind of pissed off.
Wait, don't
Which is-
ruin it.
No, but like I'm telling you what happened in real life.
Oh,
not what
okay,
happens in the
yeah,
film.
yeah.
In real life, it's like he got pissed off, and then it's like, okay, I don't get it, and then it took him a while to understand why people kind of loved it,
Yeah.
and then he ended up embracing it later on,
Yeah.
to the point where he like plays football with the audiences outside the cinemas.
Yeah.
You know, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't in the film it happens instantly. All
Oh.
of that stuff, and that's what.
Okay, don't tell me anymore. I want to go.
I won't
watch
tell you
it.
anymore.
Yeah,
I won't tell you all
watch
the
it.
funny stuff that happens. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. We'll finish it there.
Yeah, next week's gonna be the last one, possibly for
Yep.
the year.
Next
and
2
then
weeks. So the Disaster Artist and something else.
possibly something else. If Disaster is really good, but we'll just keep it. We can watch Coco.
Well,
By
yeah.
the way, I'm demanding that next year we see the final 50 Shades of Grey film. And
So we're going to have to do an entire special where we talk about all of them.
Yeah, like, I don't think
Okay.
we could do separate podcasts because that would literally... Oh, that's my phone, I think.
Yep.
That would literally kill me.
Yeah, it's bad.
I
It's
can't
really
wait.
bad.
It's going to be so shit. Anyways,
Okay.
till then,
Okay.
boy.
Bye.